Hello everybody and welcome back to Dirt 4, episode 13? Maybe? I'm not quite 100% on that number, but what I am 100% on is that we're gonna play some Dirt 4. And I feel like doing some land rush, because I have complained a lot about this game mode in previous episodes, but I now also have set the handling thing to gamer, so it's gonna be different. So let's just go start and see what it's all about. And if we don't like it, we will just stop playing it. Looks like a pretty simple track. Just a normal triangle. Baja in Mexico. All right. Go to race. What? I need to upgrade. I can't though. I don't have any R&D experience to upgrade these things. Well, we're just gonna see what
Alright, I'll be watching over the action. Have a good
it's gonna be. If our car falls apart in the middle of the thing, we'll just have to deal with that.
Ready. Go.
Wait. Wait. Hold the presses. While off camera, I have played around with video recording settings. Manual sequential, yeah, that's what we had. And because I was playing with the controller just to mess around with it, I had it on automatic. But now we're back. We're back with the sequential flappy paddle shifting.
Reds are on. Go.
There we go.
Car inside.
Yeah, I'm aware. Only 3 gears, really? I totally didn't remember this. But this gaming handling is much better, that's for sure. Oh, I tried to fiddle with the mouse. So it doesn't linger on screen whenever there's some movement.
Good job. You gained 6/10 that lap.
This might be a bit too easy. But I also don't want to speak too soon. I feel much more in control of the car, that's for sure. which is actually not that hard, you know, being more in control than being not at all in control.
Last lap, bring it on.
Yeah, I messed that up. I know. I should be much more racing oriented now. You know, find apexes and such things.
Outside.
That was maybe a bit
Inside.
too aggressive. Woo!
First, great job.
That sounded enthusiastic, guy. First, great job. Hey, it's the finals. Let's see if my car falls apart. And then we'll also do the inspections, because why not, right? So everything looks pristine. Okay, we had 4 laps before. Let's see where we are at. 5 laps.
Ready.
By the way, one of the things I did while
Go.
fiddling with recording settings is kind of revamp my whole workflow, video-wise, so that now I should be able to post, well, actually record and post 180p or 180 180p videos coming soon. No, 1080p videos at 60 frames a second. I used to always have to choose between
Hey, steady on. Close yourself.
1080p and 60 frames a second, you know. But I have tweaked some settings, programmed some programs that'll help me just get a reasonable workflow time, because, you know, hardware, I didn't change my hardware at all, so that's still exactly the same.
You've lost the position now.
But I've kind of tweaked, you know, formats, conversions, things like that, so that now I should have a reasonable time, you know. If the way I used to do it, if you're
Car outside.
if you know about video stuff, is I'm recording in DxTory because it's got sweet settings and
Inside.
it records multiple audio tracks that I can then mix in post. That's why you can always hear my voice so crystal clear, at least I hope so, over the game audio. And then I used to have to convert it because DxTory makes AVI files, but my current program, Final Cut Pro, does not recognize those files, so I had to convert them, which usually takes a long time, and with 1080p 60 it takes even longer, and also means a loss in quality. But I have gained more knowledge and I have done some more research, and now I am doing a thing called remuxing, which basically takes
Car inside.
oh whew, nice, which basically
That's
just
job well done.
takes the individual video and audio tracks. There's only one video track and 3 audio tracks usually, and I don't convert them at all. I just package them in a new container that Final Cut Pro understands. And that goes much faster. When I used to have, for a a 720p 60 frames a second dirt video. Conversion usually took about, you know, for half an hour of video, it took like half an hour to 40 minutes of converting time. And then now with the remuxing, I've actually written a little script that uses FFmpeg. You can find that on GitHub if you can find it. And the script just, you know, remuxes things, and that now takes about 5 minutes or so, even less per video. So, and not having this wait time increases my motivation to do things, you know, by tenfold maybe. And so another thing I've changed is
Okay, eyes on the track.
I finally read up on how proxy media works, if you are interested in that. In Final Cut Pro there's a thing called proxy media. When you import files, you can create proxy media. Because my iMac that I'm cutting on is 6.5 years old at this point. And it's got a pretty slow hard drive, and all in all, the performance is just not very good for cutting video. And I don't really have spare money to buy a new computer. Also, it's not really justified.
Keep calm.
I
Outside.
I had real trouble even with normal videos, you know, 720p 60 or 1080p 30. I had trouble actually cutting them. You know, the playback would stutter, and I had to press play and wait 20 seconds or so to see what was actually going on. It was a real pain to cut these videos, and that has kind of stopped me from doing more interesting editing and stuff. And I've always known about this thing called proxy media, which is Final Cut can re-encode, convert the videos to much smaller files with noticeably, like really noticeably, worse quality for better editing. You know, in the background when you export it, it's still supposed to be the original files and no quality gets lost, but just for editing you have these super small files that load just like that, you know. And I've always experimented with it, and I found it's just not that much of a performance boost until I realized I was creating proxy media, but I wasn't actually using them to cut with. And that's one thing I have to say, it's not intuitive, Apple, if you're listening,
Car inside.
which they are probably not. In the little viewer, the viewer where you view your video, there's a drop down with a setting where you can select if you want to use the original media or the proxy media to preview, basically. And that then switches the whole thing. And now with that setting, I can just, you know, playback is instant. It's perfect, you know. I have absolutely zero complaints now about playback speed and stuff, so now I can edit much more reliably. And it's just, as an extra caution, you have to I mean, this will not interest a lot of you. The last 10 minutes of this video will probably not have been of interest to a lot of you, but jeez, the music's so loud. What you have to do then is, when you're exporting the actual video, you know, making the final file that you upload to YouTube, you have to turn back the quality to the original media, which of course takes no time at all, because it's just a switch in the background.
Alright, good luck today. Give it your best.
But otherwise it will render out this poor quality proxy media. And I just don't understand why. Well, is there ever a time where you want that?
Green, go.
I wouldn't think so. You have to put it back to the normal original media just to export it, and then when you start cutting the next video or next project or whatever, you have to put it back to proxy. So that's a bit of a pain, but you know, I gain for a standard video like this where I basically don't cut anything, at least usually. Cutting time has gone from like 15 minutes, not of me actually doing things, but just waiting around, to 2 minutes or so. You know, pop the intro on, find a good entrance point, find a good exit point, you know, do some fades, edit the audio, which I usually do in the same way for every video, and it's great. You know, I'm motivated again. But it's just super weird. That doesn't kind of automatically just happen. At least now with the latest update, they have put in a little alert box when you try to export proxy media. It's like, you sure you want to do this? No, it's gonna look like crap. You may want to toggle that switch back to the original thing.
7/10 that lap.
That didn't used to pop up, and first time I edited that way, I didn't know I needed to put it back, so I was horrified at the end result. I've also kind of played with the export format. If you are interested in the details, let me know. I will gladly share them with you. But they're probably not of interest to anybody. They're pretty close to the YouTube guidelines. Although I do put it in a MOV container, not in MP4 container like YouTube suggests, just because the way the software works that I'm using, compressor for the settings and Final Cut to export, it gives me better quality at the same file sizes, and it's just easier to deal with that, and YouTube has no problem with it, so I'm just doing it that way. I did try also HEVC encoding, which is the new H.265, and I get like, my videos would be a third of the size to achieve the same quality. It's amazing, right? If you haven't checked out HEVC encoding, it's pretty new. Not a lot of programs or software actually support it, but YouTube would, and I would love to use it. But encoding a video that way, usually for my final result, you know, getting down a lot of file size, not losing a lot of quality, takes about, I would say, around a minute per actual footage. Now with 1080p 60, that may take a bit longer, but it increased to like 50 times that for HEVC, and that's just not worth the gain in quality per file size. This has been a very nerdy episode so far, giving you some of the inner workings of how this YouTube channel stays afloat. But you know, I love this stuff. I spent like a full morning, like 5 hours, just fiddling with settings and figuring out how to remux my files, and then writing some scripts to do it for me. It was brilliant. You know, taking screenshots of the videos, comparing the quality. It was fun. I love this stuff. So this is a great hobby for me. I can combine video nerditude with video games.
Lights about to go. Have a good race.
And then don't get me started on audio. It's a whole nother topic.
Reds, get ready.
But I do think I have good audio quality, which is very important to me.
Green, go.
I tried so many things with headset mics and
Car outside.
what have you, you know, different setups. But my trusty old Rode Podcaster is still just delivering great audio. And I've actually convinced Falaron to buy one. He had his eye on it for a long time. But now, a good month ago or so, he finally bought it. And he sounds good now. You should go watch his latest videos. Much smoother, richer voice. It's really good. It's a great mic. I love it. So I would recommend that to anybody looking for a good mic. It's not cheap.
Inside.
Oof. Especially if you get it with a boom and one of the spiders that kind of takes out vibrations.
Stay steady on. Hold yourself. Outside.
I think all in all it's like over 300 francs. The mic itself is 180 and then the metal work around it is the rest. But it's got a 10-year warranty and it's the only mic you will buy for these 10 years, I believe. So, you know, if you can afford it, that's definitely worth it. And then Final Cut 10. If you do have access to a Macintosh computer,
You lost 10th that lap. Push.
yeah, I forgot to shift up. If you have access to a Mac computer and want to get into video cutting, I can 100% recommend Final Cut Pro 10. It's like 300 bucks, which is also not cheap. I got it through my uncle. He bought it, and since I'm his IT guy, I know his password and stuff, and I told him. It's not just that I did it, he knows. You can download this on multiple computers, and that's what I did. So if you have a deal like that, that is really worth it. It's such a good software to cut these videos with, you know. It gives you a lot of options. Yeah, pros can use it, you know, and I certainly am not a pro, so, and I am still super comfortable, super quick with it. I don't actually know a lot about alternatives because I'm just never looking. I'm very happy with it. And now that I've discovered how proxy media actually works and what great improvements it can deliver, I will be happy with it for a long time. It does everything I needed to do, and it's got a sleek user interface, and all in all, it's just
That's fourth.
fourth.
Nice one. You're through to the A final.
Oh, that was close. But we made it. I mean, that's the important part. Gotta be a bit more focused on the upshifts there. They were kind of late at points. Okay. I'm thinking about what else could be of interest to you
All right, have a good
about
race.
my
Stay sharp.
setup. But I think we've basically run through the whole thing, and
Reds are on.
you're kind of up to speed. If you have any questions,
Go, go, go.
if you want to do this yourself, or
Cars inside, outside.
you know, questions regarding anything I just said back there,
Car inside.
don't hesitate to ask. I'm always happy to answer questions, at least on current videos. It's kind of insane. The Motor Storm and Old Dirt episodes that I have on my channel, they are, what are they now, 3 years old, maybe even 4 years. Been doing this a long time.
outside.
people keep posting questions on them. And specific questions like, what do you do to have the game load faster? How did you get this achievement? And you know, I played these games 4 years ago. I have no clue. So I'm not answering those questions, but I have this kind of flexible but internal policy that I don't really answer comments on videos that are older than, say, about half a year or so. It's just, you know, I don't really remember clearly what was in those videos. I say a lot of things during the course of an episode. And because I'm focused on the gameplay, I usually only consciously catch half of what I'm saying. I'm always surprised when I'm watching back videos.
You gained the place that lap.
So, you know, there's not really any good use on asking me questions on super old videos. I still love to receive comments, of course, and I will answer, like, sometimes, you know. But generally, if you want to have conversations, which is what I think comments are kind of meant for, post it on the new videos.
Outside.
Push him out, push him out. Oh, come on.
You've lost the position.
Oh, forgot to shift up again. Oh, and on the topic of comments, lately, this has been going on for a few months, I've been getting tons of these spam comments, you know, the ones that are like, well, if you don't have a YouTube channel you won't know, but there are loads of spam comments like, I really like your video, I think you should have more subscribers, I have this program you can sign up for where you get survivors, or how about you check out our network, how about you join our Who's It Knows club. And it's just, you know, they have never seen a video of mine and they just copy paste it. Well, I mean, nobody's copy pasting it, it's a program that does it. Just comments on thousands and thousands of videos, probably filtered by how many subscribers the channel has. And it's just so impersonal and kind of insulting, you know, to think that I would be that
That's a good finish.
kind of horny
Well
for
done. Nice try.
views and
Good try.
likes, that I would it seems so sleazy, you know, and to think that that would be something I'm interested in, it feels more insulting than anything else. And there's definitely a there's more and more of these comments on my videos. I'm now respected. Which is exactly what I'm talking about. It's about respect, man. It's about respect. No, I mean, the good thing is YouTube's comment filter catches all of them. I've never had one actually go live. I receive like notifications about them, but when I go and look at them, they're always in the hey, this might be spam, and we have not shown the comment to anybody, but you can definitely release it if you want. So that's good, at least. It's only annoying me and not other viewers. But I always report them as spam. Maybe at some point it'll do something. So,
Alright, have a good race. Stay sharp.
last two races of the episode. I didn't actually want to go this long with the episode, but I kind of got caught up in talking about video encodings and
Go, go, go!
audio channels and things like that. Speaking of it, I'm going to get distracted again. Why is it that no headset has good microphone quality, like the gaming headsets? I needed a new gaming headset just a couple of weeks ago because my old one, it was mostly duct tape at this point. But the mic was amazing. Was it Turtle Beach PX21 maybe? It was quite old. I had it. Wait, where am I going? Oh shit. Oh, missed that. Let's see if we can get back. And that had great mic quality. Actually, years ago, before I had this, you know, dedicated microphone, I used that to record videos, and it was good. This is better, but the other one was good.
Outside.
And because it was, you know, it was getting kind of course not dangerous, but you know, I never knew if the headset was gonna survive for long. Cables were kind of frayed. I was looking for a new one. And because sometimes, like racing videos, I wanna record videos with a headset on.
You've taken 3 positions that lap.
I looked for an alternative headset with good microphone, and
Car outside.
you know, you find tons of reviews that say, hey, this is a great headset and great sound, but the mic's not that good. Hey, this is a great headset, it's super, it has loads of functions, but the mic's not very good. And then you keep on coming back to this mic issue, and you watch YouTube videos about it, and you just see that, or you hear that the microphones are just crap on these headsets, on these gaming headsets. So I was looking for an alternative,
This is your last lap.
and I found something called a mod mic you can put onto any headset, and that looked interesting. But I also, from a co-worker, heard about the
Close yourself.
HyperX Cloud 2 headset, and that had raving reviews. And then it was pretty cheap as well in the store where I work at. So I bought it, and I had looked at microphone test videos. I'm not gonna get fourth.
That's 5th.
Gonna have to restart.
You didn't qualify, but you can still get points in the B final.
Yeah, I want to restart this. So I bought it, and it sounds great. And what is also very important, it has these. It comes with leather
Get ready.
cups, standard. But it also has these kind of, I don't know exactly what the material is called. Like it's pretty fuzzy.
Car inside.
Velour, maybe? I'm not sure. It's super comfortable. And the problem with leather cups is they usually isolate quite well from the world outside, which is often pretty good when you kind of want to listen to music. I mean, my main headphones that I'm using, the Marshall Monitor Bluetooth headphones that I'm using, you know, every day when I listen to music at work or on my way to work, stuff like that. They have leather cups, and they isolate against the outside world, and that's great for listening to music. But when you record videos, you kind of need to hear your own voice, and that's a whole nother topic I don't even want to get into. But basically, I need to be able to hear myself through just the air, just through the ears, you know, standard, not through the actual microphone recording and playing it back, monitoring it, because that has latency issues and whole things that I don't really want to get into right now. So that makes me very happy about these, but the mic, it's so bad. And I've read everywhere, yeah, the mic's pretty good, you know. It's not your super crazy good mic, but it's pretty good. And I wouldn't even want to chat with that microphone. It's so bad. I've seen a couple of people on YouTube, you know, getting decent quality out of it. But it's terrible. I mean, I would never record a YouTube video with that bad quality. I wouldn't even Skype with you with that low quality of a that low quality voice. I mean, it's terrible. So then I got something called a mod mic, which is a mic you can just stick to any old headset. Works out great. And then you connect it up to your PC and you get good audio because it's a dedicated microphone. It's meant to sound pretty good. First of all, I got one. I'm not really happy with it because that was my solution then for headset gaming. I'm not really happy with it. The sound quality is just okay in my eyes. It's so-so. I mean, it's no surprise, you know, that the membrane of a microphone, being that small, you need to spend a lot of money to have a great one, and that microphone is like $40 or so. It's not crazy great quality. And the other problem is, through the standard, you know, 3.5mm in on the PC, it had very low gain, so it was very quiet. And then when you put it up, it had a lot of noise because the sound cards that they build into PCs are usually not very good. They're usually just, you know, whoa! Holy shit! No countdown, huh? So yeah, so then I bought a small, like, 8 franc external sound card. And I'm pretty sure that GeForce, the Shadow Play thing by NVIDIA for recording things, which I experimented with for a while. I think the last 3 episodes of this video were actually recorded with that. I kind of broke it. Then I got a replacement, and it also just broke it. So it had super loud noise just coming out of it all of the time. And I was kind of fed up with it. That's also a reason why there weren't many videos coming out in these recent times. You know, with these technical difficulties. And then I just said, screw it. You know, I'm now using my Rode Podcaster. The arm is a bit short for leaning back and racing, but I think it's okay. I think it's much better than any headset quality I would get. I do have to do a bit more post-processing, but that's fine.
You gained a place that
yeah, so basically I've spent a bit too much for a setup that I'm now not really using. But I've learned a lot. And I have now a lot more confidence in my current setup that I'm using. And also, if I ever get a new table, you know, I can just get the mic boom closer to my face. This right now it's unfortunately not possible with the way the table legs are laid out. You know, the frame underneath the table kind of blocks me from putting the mic stand somewhere else. There's all this, you know, when you get into it, there's just so many things you have to think about, and there's so many interesting aspects of a little thing, you know? You think, you know, everybody has a mic on their PC. They come standard with it now. Your phone has a mic. Well, hopefully. It's gonna be tough to make calls without one. And you can just, you know, record the display. Easy, right? And there's so many considerations you have to do. I mean, at least if you want to deliver a good quality experience, which I am kind of anal about. And that's the case with most hobbies, you know. There's intricacies that you just don't know about if you don't deep dive into it. But that's it about the nerd talk, because this is the last race of this episode. I found it quite interesting. I could talk about, you know, this stuff, video encoding, audio encoding, recording all this stuff. I could talk about it just for days. I mean, I find this stuff so interesting. Yeah, it's just fantastic. And in the game too, we got first. That's a good result. It was actually quite fun to drive. Look at that. They call me skilled.
Congratulations. You can now compete in the Land Rush World Series. Keep up the good work.
I unlocked C. Dvorak. Okay. Wow, that was interesting to talk about all that stuff. I gotta say, I hope you didn't mind, or you learned something even, or found it interesting, or whatnot. Next time we're definitely not doing Land Rush, because we've done that this episode exclusively. There's also only one event left, this National Stadium Pro 1 license thingy, Land Rush World Series. Yeah, again, thank you so much for watching. As always, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.